Hi there, it's an local announcement for my students in the class. You might not be aware of it, but I've been shifted from chemistry section to biology now. And we will be focusing, the next topics in the class we'll be focusing on are medical physics, formulaic derivation and substitution, subatomic particles, circular motion, which is F equals m omega squared r, F equals mv squared over r, interplay of all the formulae and questions pertaining to those formulae. Okay, then I'll do space physics, which is planetary science, study of luminosity, stellar luminosity, stellar cycle, nuclear astronomy. Then I'll do waves, which includes diffraction, reflection, scattering of the waves, optical waves, radio waves, microwaves. So we'll look at the spectrum as a whole. E equals F hc over lambda. We'll also do each individual wavelength, which is Röygbiv, and then we'll also do microwave, radio wave, UVA, UVB, UVC, and then X-rays and gamma rays. We'll look at the medical and industrial uses of each kind of waves. And we'll also, you have to memorize the wavelength category of each section of the waves, the EMS. Then in electricity, I'll focus more on electrodynamics and less on electrostatics. Electrostatics has been reduced. It's no longer a very pertinent part of the the curriculum as it used to be in the past, but less and less questions are appearing on electrostatics and more on electrodynamics, particularly EMI, electromagnetic induction. So my main focus would be Hall effect. I'll talk about eddy currents, EMI, how electromagnetic overlap takes place. Now, with biology, I'm doing biology temporarily, but these are the topics assigned to me. And, for pupils doing Edexcel 360 Science, you'll be doing drugs, immune system, bloods, lymphatic and blood circulatory system, hormonal, endocrinopathic, endocrine and endocrinopathic pathophysiology. I'll do basic nervous system with you, and in nervous system my main focus would be on polar potential, so resting potential, and we'll look at the excitatory and inhibitory nervous mechanisms, the relay sensory and motor neurons. We'll go in depth, so it won't be a bird's eye view, it'll be a little bit more detailed, and we'll look at the neurocircuitry. And with genes and genetics, I'll be focusing more on Mendelian hybrid crosses, dihybrid crosses, okay? So phenotype, genotype crosses, and F1, F2, F3, okay? And then in ecology is going to be very simple. I'll list 3 practical investigations, field studies, and then we'll do definitions of all the difficult terms, and then we'll just discuss the food pyramid, food webs, and food chain. Okay, we'll talk about primary, tertiary, and quaternary consumers, and we'll do a bit of arithmetic pertaining to energy losses per section of the food chain of food web. All right, so that's been assigned to me. I'm sorry, I'm not an expert. I don't like biology that much, but I've been assigned it. You'll have to put up with me. But a lot of terms in these chapters will be borrowed from undergraduates, which will help you be more succinct in answering your exam questions in the actual exam. So I'll be using undergraduate terminology in class, and so please put up with it. And yeah, so again, to recap, we're doing, I'll start at 9 a.m. sharp. Please don't be late. So in medical physics, I'll have to do divide it in ionizing and non-ionizing radiation. In ionizing radiation, we'll do PET scans, DEXA scans, full body DEXA scan, PET scan, and then in non-invasive, we'll talk about MRI, superconducting, supercooled superconducting magnets in MRI, and then so that's how we're going to go technique after technique, basic few points per technique per summary, and any relevant formulae, and then we'll look at the Doppler formulae, So there's quite a lot of formulaic derivations required in medical physics, which I'll be making a note of. And as I write it down, I want you to write it down. I want you to be rigorous in your notebook. Then we do subatomic particles. We'll talk about charm, strangeness, quarks, and yeah, the rest is self-explanatory. But you have to be very careful. Electricity, vast majority of the questions in the syndicates are on EMI and electrodynamics. Thank you very much. Cheers. See you tomorrow.